not in Syria or Iraq, but in the safety and comfort of London.
If you live the life of a kafir like that, all your life working home, you did nothing for the sake of Allah, then you're going to get punished. Then you're going to get punished. Because you never took part in the struggle.
He is the new face of Jihad. Abu Halima uses social media to spew out his endless diatribe of extremist views.
Are you proud of what the Australians did in Gallipoli when they raped and pillaged and murdered innocent women and children? What are you proud of exactly? What are you proud of?
Halima preaches his hate not from the battlefields of the Middle East, but from London's outer suburbs. And much of his bile is now directed at moderate Muslim leaders here in Australia.
Is that Sydney needs to be renamed the land of the heretic scholars? The land of the heretic scholars, full of heretic scholars, Sydney.
What are you worried about?
Halima clearly enjoys the notoriety.
I thought you enjoyed broadcasting.
Yeah, I do.
But he's surprisingly shy in front of our cameras.
I think he's influential, so he is a concern, and that's why we monitor him.
New South Wales Deputy Commissioner Catherine Byrne has Halima on her radar.
He's a good example of an extremist preacher who is looking for people anywhere in the world to follow him and to join him in his extremist beliefs.
The radicalisation of youth is now one of the greatest challenges police face in their fight.
Allah said, may Allah fight them. May Allah kill them. That's what Allah said. How are they deluded?
Abu Halima is a master of propaganda with a big ego.
Nice bit of light there. See how it looks on the camera?
For 2 years, he let British filmmaker Jamie Roberts into his life to record a documentary Channel 9 will air tonight.
If you reject our systems, we will oppress you. We will arrest you. Stop worshipping this false god democracy and come back to worshipping Allah. Khalas. Good. What do you think? Yeah? One take. You know, obviously, when I started out first, it was, you know, I was speaking too loosely and I kept saying things like in it and in it, in it, in it. I've been trying to remove that in it. It's not a good look.
This 38-year-old and his extremist mates are on a mission.
All disbelievers, all kuffar.
Abu Halima is a hater.
This is going fast, shine ISIS terrorists.
He likes to provoke. But most of all, Abu Halima is a predator.
Hang yourself, then kill yourself, because it's never going to happen.
Saturating social media with his rants, trawling online for young, impressionable recruits to his cause.
All around the world.
The aim of these videos is to radicalize people. It's to brainwash people, it's to clean their brain of the filth of the kufr.
How does a disaffected child, young person, find themselves in the arms of an online hate preacher?
They know how to prey on somebody who is vulnerable. So they give them a sense of belonging, they give them a sense of confidence, they talk to them and reach out so that this person starts to feel good.
It can take just a few weeks of grooming to have an impact by techniques not dissimilar to those used by sexual predators.
I think the similarity is that we're looking at somebody who is deliberately identifying somebody who is vulnerable to nurture a relationship so that there's a trust, and then use that person for whatever the purpose is for their own agenda.
Abu Halima grooms very carefully. He doesn't openly support Islamic State because in the UK it could land him in jail.
For the record, I don't support the Islamic State. Just for the record, I'm not looking to get nicked.
So far, he hasn't been prosecuted. That's despite Halima's own admission that he was in daily contact with a 14-year-old British boy who urged a Melbourne teenager to behead a policeman on Anzac Day.
Did he ever mention violence and is it okay to behead people? I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that.
He did ask that once, yeah.
What did he say?
He said, is it okay to behead someone?
And I was like, no. You know, it's clearly said no.
The 14-year-old boy was sentenced to life in prison, the youngest person in the UK to be convicted of a terrorism offence. Meanwhile, Abu Halima walks free. Let's be clear, the vast majority of Muslims here in the UK don't support extremist preachers. And maybe that's why Abu Halima spends so much time online trying to snare young recruits from around the world, including Australia. The tragedy is, it seems to be working. There is a ready supply of vulnerable young men and women prepared to listen to this armchair jihadi. And that makes Abu Halima a very dangerous man. Deputy Commissioner Catherine Byrne says new research by the FBI reveals in the vast majority of cases the changed behaviour of those radicalised was noticed by family and friends.
For 84% of them, people knew that they were talking about violent intentions or that they were radicalised. Out of that 84%, 50% didn't do anything about it.
A mum realises her son or daughter is online and recognising something seriously radical is occurring. What does a mum do?
Well, it's a good point, because it's normally going to be the mothers who will really recognise and identify and who have that ability to do something about it. I would go and seek advice from police or a teacher or a trusted person.
For this new breed of extremists who don't like getting too close to the action, it's convenient to sit on the other side of a computer screen.
Guy with an RPG now.
It means the horrendous Halima and his mate can watch videos of Islamic State executions while they sit and eat.
Guy's foaming at his mouth. You know what I mean? Wow. And I'm eating.
Oh, wow. HD quality, bro. That's like 4K or something.
Learn about Islam, sir, have a read.
But for a man who enjoys the horrors of war, Abu Halima doesn't mind living in the safety and comfort of the UK. He's on the dole, but still managed to recently buy this London house for close to $500,000 Australian dollars.
Hello, Mr. Halima.
Yes.
My name's Liz Hayes from Australian 60 Minutes. Can I talk to you about your social broadcasts?
Despite our repeated requests for an interview, it seems away from his computer and out of the shadows.
Because I don't want to talk about it.
Why? What are you worried about?
Abu Halima is not so confident.
I thought you enjoyed broadcasting.
Yeah, I do, but this ain't the time, innit? Who told you to come outside my house like this and get off my property? Come off my property.
I don't think we're against the law.
Yeah, no,
do
no,
you take
see,
any?
This is my property, innit? My friend, come off my property.
No. Do you take any responsibility for
No, come off
the
my
actions?
property, man. Listen, my friend, come off my property. I'm telling you, come off my property.
Do you take any responsibility for the children who listen to your broadcasts?
Coming off my property or not?
What are you frightened about? What's the...